So this whole thing is all new and exciting to me when I found out what I should be doing. So that I picked this particular one because it's near and dear to my heart. So we're going to discover the things that we're going to learn tonight is some of the important factors to pay attention to while you're reaching your healthy weight. We're going to realize the importance of water in your journey to an optimal health, identify the best ways to hydrate during weight loss, and provide you with tools to plan and track your hydration as it develops into another habit of health. So, those are the things we're going to talk about. The first thing that blew my mind was the fact that water is critical and it makes up 59 to 60% of our body weight. You need to replenish water. You can't store it. We're not like a camel that we carry it around with us. We got to keep replenishing it. And so it's important that we get those 8-ounce glasses of water per day in our body. Water helps to remove toxins and other unhealthy substances stored in our fat cells. And it also helps to keep your organs and systems functioning properly. Every function in your body takes place in water. That's huge. Water is a solvent act, moves nutrients, hormones, antibodies, and oxygen through your bloodstream and lymphatic system and removes waste. Also, it's essential for the kidneys to ability to filter and eliminate metabolic byproducts and toxins. If you don't drink enough, and this is the thing that just I think about it all the time. If you don't drink enough, your body is forced to recycle that dirty water around in your body. And so it diminishes the efficiency of every metabolic function. So it's huge that we get this water in. On page 205, there's a list of reasons to drink water. One of them is that it's calorie free. Hello, you can have as much as you want. It's not going to affect anything. It makes you feel full and satisfied. Keeps you from overeating. Another thing is that, like I mentioned, it removes toxins. It prevents dehydration, and it speeds up metabolism. There's a whole list on that page of reasons why we should drink water. So it is very important. And then here's a did you know? Did you know? Hello. Our ability to think is also affected by when we're not properly hydrated. And this is crazy, y'all. 40% of Americans are not drinking water. Think about that. If our ability to think is affected by how much water we drink, and 40% of Americans not drinking it, that's scary. So it's very, very important. So now we're going to identify ways to hydrate during the weight loss phase. So first of all, we just talked about water. Obviously, it's number one for hydration. You want to get that water in. Again, 8-ounce glasses of water per day at least. But we try to work on getting a gallon in as coaches. That's what we're working on. And that's what we hope our clients are doing as well. But there's other choices. Here is one of my favorite. It's tea. I love tea. So I was really excited to see that was in the book. And tea is so cool because you can have tea hot or you can have tea cool. The problem comes in when you add milk and sugar to it. Then you're going to mess up the benefits of tea because tea has a lot of health benefits for you. For example, let me just tell you this. First of all, tea has so many different kinds that you can have. So there's a huge variety. You can have pu'er, you can have white, you can have black, you can have oolong. My favorite is matcha because matcha is a full Camellia sinensis leaf that's been crushed down into a powder. So you're getting all of the nutrition. You're actually taking it into your body, whereas dumping it down the sink with leaves like you would do with regular tea, right? So I really love that one. And then it also helps with your memory. Matcha, for example, compared to coffee, has caffeine, but you're going to have a caffeine effect or like a little bit of a energy boost all day long. Whereas coffee, you take it in, you're up here all happy and jumping around, and all of a sudden, bam, maybe like 2, 3 o'clock, you're down and you might need another one. So I prefer to have matcha. But it also is good for inflammation and preventing cancer, improving and your learning ability and your memory. Tea is awesome. So Dr. A recommends green tea. I'm personally saying I like green tea in the form of matcha. Your choice, though. You can have it. Coffee, you'll be happy to know, because I do like coffee in the morning as well, is not a diuretic. So you can have it. It's a good thing. It has high in antioxidants. It decreases depression. It reduces the risk of some cancer. And it may even help you live longer, among the many other benefits. The problem, the cream and the sugar. I love cream. So, that is a problem. But we're talking the straight up coffee does have benefits. So, to reiterate, you can hydrate with purified water, bottled water, RO water, tea, coffee, and even infused water. But the thing about infused water, I got to add a little thing about infused water in the parenthesis, is you got to be careful what you put in it to infuse it, because then you're going to increase your calorie level. So you got to watch that. And then I have another little big thing I want to keep in mind. You know how some people say, I'm going to drink some water when I get thirsty, I'll get some water? That's so wrong. Because if our body is like an engine, and we're running, if we think that in our mind, we keep that little analogy in our mind, it's like a car. So you have a car and you're going down the road. If that light comes on, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. That means that something's wrong and you need to fix it. Same thing. Our body is giving us an alert, is telling us, hello, something is wrong. And we're finding out when we're thirsty that we're dehydrated. So again, our body is not getting the water it needs. So think about that dirty water thing. So you want to avoid getting to the point where you're thirsty and you need water. Another thing is, you're wondering if I'm drinking enough water. Maybe you forgot, am I drinking enough water? So here's some clues. A headache, overtired. If you go to the restroom and your urine is dark because it's supposed to be clear, you're not drinking enough water. You need to drink more water. So on 210, there's a list of unhealthy things that you can drink for hydration. I get a lot of times people think that they're doing a wonderful thing by drinking all day long a glass of fruit juice. That's not hydrating you properly. So fruit juice is on that list of unhealthy hydration things, as well as soda, diet sodas, energy drinks, sports drink, alcohol. Those are not the ones that you go to hydrate your body. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about is the tools that we have, because Optavia has given us a wonderful tool, several actually, to help us to stay on track. The one that is most used, that I most use, is the Habits of Health app. So if you have that app, you can go in there and you can punch it every time you've got your water in, so you can keep track to make sure you're getting enough in. If you're in that 30-day period, you've got your little journal. So you can go into your guidebook and you can go in there and mark off how much water. And then you can also check it with your app. And then finally, we have the Habits of Health clock. So there's a little clock. So you've got your times of the day that you're up, and the times that you sleep, and you can go in there and just mark it off. I'm going to drink it at 10 and I'm going to drink it at 12 or whatever. But I'm sure everyone has their own way. So that's pretty much what I've gotten out of the chapter. And I know that everyone else has some really cool things that they've gotten out of the chapter, as well as ways that you've been able to get your water in. So I will stop there with my little commentary. Thank you very much.
Very nice. You guys, can we please give it up for Carol? Some clapping, some spirit fingers, or some comments in the chat. Thank you, Carol, for sharing those points with us on especially the personal points on how you're getting in your water and hydration and staying hydrated, and how it's helped you in your journey. But as Carol mentioned, now we would love to hear from you. I'd like to open it up to our clients, to our coaches, to everybody. How have you benefited from this element? When you think of this element, hydration and reaching a healthy weight and water, how has this element helped you? Or another question, maybe what are you doing to get your water in? Maybe you have some tips, some ideas you've read in this book or your coach gave you on how you make sure you get in your water. So if you guys just want to raise your hand and we'll call on you. You can do the little hand icon, or if you guys just come off mute and just shout it out. However, it's all good. We'll start with Jenna. Go ahead, Jenna.
I was gonna drink my water, but I usually do it for water. I put it in a big, I don't know if I can find it, but I put it in like a big jug, and it has all these different times on it of when I probably should be drinking my water instead of drinking one of these, because everyone's gonna forget if they're drinking just a water bottle. So that's kind of what I do. I just put it in a big gallon of water that has all these different times on it, and it's like every 2 hours or something. So that's pretty much all I do. I don't really have a problem with drinking my water, but that just kind of helps me instead of drinking a water bottle.
Nice, very nice. I love that. Thanks for that tip. My wife uses that big, huge gallon bottle that has the times on it, and it says like 10 o'clock, you're doing good. 11 o'clock, you're almost there. I'm not sure what it says, but you guys, if you guys seen it, you know what it is. You can just order it on YouTube, and it's a good way to kind of keep track of your water throughout the day. Very nice, very nice. Sylvia, would love to hear from you.
A couple of tips I remember hearing some folks in community share early was start your day with your water. You know, if you're getting ready to eat, then grab that water bottle. And if you're doing the water bottle, the 16-ounce ones, that's great. But before you get done with your meal, make sure that you're taking your water along with it. Start your day off with it. The earlier it is, the easier it is to keep up with. You're not chasing it as you're going along throughout your day. And I remember another lady said she puts her water bottles out the night before. And then she knows when she gets up the next day, boom, this is what I have to do in order to be successful with my water. So when I get to number 4, then I'm good. And if you're having trouble drinking your water, my last little thing is that it gets better. You start off and you're watching and you're marking, and you do continue to mark and watch, but then you find yourself going beyond that just because it makes you feel so good when you're drinking it and afterwards. And so hang in there, it's going to get better.
Yeah, that's true. It does get easier. It gets easier and easier as you work on it. Very nice. Go ahead, Ricky.
Well, Sylvia pretty much said what I was going to say about drinking it along with your fueling. So, because if you drink one of the 16-ounce bottles every time you have a fueling, then you'll get covered for the day as well. So, but I had a thought that was interesting to me in the element part here. One of them was that one thing that I've always been told was that tea and coffee were what do you call them when they dehydrate you, or no, diuretics, and it says it's not true. But so I thought that was very interesting. And also I had another one here too. Oh, I wanted to say something. I had another thought, but I can't think what it was right now. But we had a little celebration thing Saturday, and I just wanted to straighten up something that I did then that was in regard to hydration. And we were talking about like going to parties and stuff, and people always having drinks and stuff. And I had a little demonstration where I was showing them different things that they can drink. And one of them was a diet, I guess you could call it a diet drink, but I just want them to know that it's not something that you're going to do all the time. This was just like a special occasion where you might just want to have something just to be like everybody else, if that's what you're doing it for. Not being a drinker myself, but just so we're not going to be having. We had, what do we have? It was an ocean spray, a cranberry mixed with sparkling water. And I mean, it was very good, but we're not going to have that all the time because it really is a diet drink. It does have like, I think it's not aspartame, but one of those other sucrose or something like that in it. So it was bringing out here that those kind of things make your, let me see, is it, oh, they make your, the drinks on the list below not only stimulate insulin and drive glucose into the fat cells, worsening your weight issues, but will actually make it harder to stay hydrated. So we don't want to be making diet drinks a part of our daily life. And another thing about alcohol itself, it says here, a good policy if you're going to drink alcohol, match each drink with a glass of water and keep a restroom or a bush in close proximity.
I love that. Very nice. So good. Thank you, Ricky, for sharing that, all of that. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Let's continue on. Sister Wanda Hicks, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I, like Sylvia was saying about the water bottles, that's one person said, I do that. I get my 4 bottles of waters out that night. And I actually take a Sharpie and write 1, 2, 3, 4. I put number 1 by my bed. I drink that when I wake up, and then I don't have to worry about even trying to keep up. I see the numbers on it, on the lid of the bottle, water, and I just grab one and drink it. And then I know that I've gotten it all in for that day.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. That's good. Very, very nice. Go ahead, Al. All yours, brother.
You. All right. So I'm the opposite of Jenna. Having a gallon a bottle thing does not work for me. I have to do it bottle by bottle. So 4 of these I could chug down for some reason. I take 2 to the gym since half the day I'm at the gym anyway. So take 2 or 3 bottles at the gym. Those are pretty much gone. Get home and chug, a few more. But for some reason, this goes down a lot easier than a jug, just the way my mind works, because just seeing a jug and I drink it and I still see I have that much left to go, it's a lot of pressure on myself to keep on drinking that water. So just knocking these out, it's smooth sailing for me.
Very nice. Love that. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, and that's so cool because everybody's different. Those water bottles might be easier. The glass, I have clients that they just prefer out of a glass and it's easier for them. And the bottles help. But thanks for sharing that. Very cool. Okay, we'll go to Shadan. Go ahead, Mr. Shadan.
Well, hello, everybody. Great job, Carol, by the way. Great job. What I like to bring out of hydration, I drink a lot of water. And when I was raised up, that's pretty much all we drank. There was no like sodas we had Kool-Aid, we stayed with Kool-Aid, but other than that, it was just pretty much water. So water intake wasn't hard for me because I just drink water. But I did like on page 209, the healthy hydration, it gives us a list here of what is healthy hydration. And then we see on page 210, unhealthy hydration. A lot of people drink fruit juice, sodas, diet sodas, energy drinks. But what even more so what I liked about Optavia, they have infusers as well. So it's for some of us that drinking water is hard, the taste maybe. It's good that Optavia has these infusions which help with the electrolytes and their calorie burners too at the same time. So if you guys don't know, if you go on the website and go to your snacks and more section, you'll see the infusers in there. I particularly order them every month, the strawberry and the berry. Them going in my drink 2 times a day, more mainly for my first water intake, but that's another way to help you get used to drinking the water, to add that. And we know that it's going to help burn calories at the same time. That's all I wanted to share.
Very nice. Thanks, Shadon. And thanks for bringing out about the infusers online, because for a lot of people, water is hard. It's hard to get in. The fact that Optavia provides those infusers. I know they used to have the purposeful hydration, but they discontinued those. But those infusers are good. So that if you need a little flavor or a little taste to your water, Optavia provides those. So you can order those. So put those in your next order and try them out. Very nice. Thanks, Shadon. All right, Shirley, go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback on Ricky and Sylvia. Same thing about I put my water bottles out. But I just wanted to add this. Usually when you think of drinking that much water, if you're not accustomed to it, you think, oh my goodness, I'm going to stay in the bathroom. But what happens, I don't know the chemical reason why, but eventually you don't have to keep going to the bathroom as often. You can just stick with it. And when you read these reasons why, you're recycling dirty water and you know what all the benefits are, stick with it. And then eventually your body acclimates to it and you don't have to go back and forth to the bathroom every few minutes. That, and in addition to what they said, just to piggyback.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, our body learns how to retain it so that we can hold on to it a little bit longer, so that we're not going to the bathroom every 5 minutes. It reminded me of a quote I just heard. I heard a while ago, and I'm gonna let Donna go while I think of this quote, because if I try to say it now, I'm gonna completely butcher it. So I'll come back to you guys on that quote about using the bathroom. About using the restroom. Go ahead, Donna.
A couple of things. I'm the same way. I do the 4 bottles every morning, set them out for myself. Then I know that I've done that. And then if I have more, I have more, which is even better. But a couple of things. I had a friend that's interested in this, but she works in the evening. And she's like, I can't leave the cash register to be going to the bathroom every, 15, 20 minutes. So I happened to look up on YouTube, and there's, one of the programmers does a YouTube on this, and she said, which was been brought out, that if you drink all your water when you're doing your fuelings, you'll go to the bathroom less. You don't have to go so often, so I was glad to see that, because then I can share that with her when she's ready to start, because that was one of her big concerns. The other thing was going back to Carol, which you did an excellent job, Carol, was the tea. What's great about the tea too is, like tonight, a lot of times you want it's not ready for a fueling after dinner, but you want something sweet, like a dessert. We're used to having desserts. I'll make peach green tea, something like that, even for my husband. And he's becoming a real tea drinker now too, because the tea helps. It cuts that edge off sometimes when you have an herbal tea or something, And then also to go with the young man that Shadden, how do you pronounce his name, about the infusers. My husband loves the infusers, so he gets them, and he's not a caffeine drinker, so that's helped him a lot. So there were the couple tips that I've gotten.
Very nice, Donna. Thanks for sharing all of those. Very, very nice. Love it. Okay, we'll go one more. Young. My memory's so bad. I know I asked you your name
It's Jackie.
last
It's
week.
Jackie. Yeah. So that's okay. That's okay.
Sorry, Jackie.
Yeah, that's okay.
I see Young and I want to
Yeah.
call you Young, but go ahead, Jackie.
Yes. I was never a water drinker. I hated water, and I could go all day long and not drink water. Didn't get thirsty either. But when I started the program, well, I always had to take my medication in the morning on an empty stomach, and so I had to drink some water. So I would drink, and I had to drink a full glass of water when I took my medication. So when I started the eating program, and I knew I had to drink lots of water, so I started out using the bottles myself too, counting the number of bottles that I drank. And usually I would go beyond 64. And like Shirley said in the beginning, like you had to run to the bathroom when you first started doing it. But after I got used to taking in the water, I didn't have to go that much anymore. You know, so now it's like I would buy a jar, a water receptacle that I could put my water in, maybe a 20 ounce, some of them are 20 ounce, some are 30 ounce. But I would drink like the entire thing at one time because I hate water. So I didn't want to have to drink it all through the day. So I would drink quite a bit at one time. So I didn't have to drink all the time. So, so that's the way I would get my water in. I've kind of slacked off a little bit after I met my goal, but I'm starting to pick back up with my water because I know I need it.
Love it. Very nice. Thank you, Jackie, for that. Thank everyone for your comments. Appreciate all the different tips and suggestions on water. And Carol, thank you for leading us in the life book and giving all those tips and suggestions. Great job on that. I'll throw out just one or two tips that I have for myself in water, and I learned from Dr. A is one of the things I do is I always keep my water with me, because if I always have a bottle with me, it just always reminds me. It goes to that in the life book, that habit cue that Dr. A talks about. And it just kind of, whenever you see it, if it's not around, out of sight, out of mind. But if you always keep a bottle with you, it just helps me to remind myself, okay, I need to drink my water, and I'm more intentional about doing it. And then start off small. I never encourage someone that hates water. If someone says I only drink 1 bottle a day, I'll never say, okay, well, we need to drink 64 ounces a gallon tomorrow, because that's not something sustainable that we can maintain. But as Dr. A talks about, it's all about micro habits. Micro habits build into macro habits. So if we can start making small changes every single day. So if you're drinking 20 ounces of water, can you drink 24 ounces of water this week? And then the next week, let's work on increasing that to 28 ounces. Then the next week, we'll work on increasing that to 36. So if we do it that way and we make small changes over time, it's a lot easier because it becomes a habit. Instead of saying, I drink 20 ounces, okay, we need to get in 84 ounces and maintain that. For most people, it's not sustainable. But if we can make micro habits, and eventually it'll build up over time. So thank you guys all of our clients and coaches for being here. Thank you for sharing your tips and suggestions. Thank you, Carol, for leading us tonight. I know you were sick, but still showing up and leading us and leading the group. So now we're going to move into our coaching call. If we have any clients that's here, if you're more than welcome to stay. Every week we come together as coaches as well to just discuss ways that we can become better coaches, how we can grow in our mindset and our skill set, and also in our actions to help impact more people and to build our business. So we'll kind of transition into that. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our coaching team huddle. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you got some thumbs up, guys. How did Carol do? Carol did good. Of course she did good. Should we grade or no? I'm just kidding. We're not going to do it. Very cool. All right. Well, let's see. Just something that I think, and we'll open it up and kind of hear from everybody this evening. So you guys, if you guys want to talk and share, and we'd love to hear what's going on and your goals, how you plan on finishing out the year and starting the next year. We'd love to hear from you. But just one thing I wanted to touch on and discuss real quick is a huge event that's coming up very, very soon. So it was announced, if you guys were on the team celebration call, the Fraser team celebration call, they announced it. The flyer hasn't gone out yet. It probably will soon. But starting last year was the first time where we did an incentive, an all-in qualifying trip for all the executive directors and above. And out of all the trips and incentive trips that I've been to with Optavia, this was probably my favorite. No, I think it was by far my favorite trip. So last year we went to Cabo, an all-inclusive resort in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. And I'm excited to announce that I think the dates have already been announced. I think they've been announced, but in April, we're going to be doing that trip again. So this is a qualifying trip. And to qualify for this trip, you do have to be executive director. And the trip is in April, and I'm not sure the dates. So I'll get the dates and post them in our Rise to Freedom group, so you guys all have them. But to qualify, you just have to reach executive director 1 month from January to March. So January, February, March, you reach executive director, you qualify for this trip. So this year, we're not going to be in Cabo. We're going to be in Cancun, which is just as beautiful. And I know that when Jamil's leadership team with Michelle Bamba and Emily, when they plan trips, you don't want to miss it. This is something you definitely want to go to. And for 2 reasons. One, and I'm gonna have a coach that's gonna come on that attended last year, that went to Cabo, and he's gonna come on and share with you guys how that trip helped him in his business and his mindset, and kind of share with you guys why you want to qualify to make it here. But really 2 reasons is, one, I remember when my coach told me, never, never, never miss an event that you qualify for. If your goal is you want to build this business, and write this down, make a note of this, is you never want to miss an event that you qualify for. If you're serious, you never want to miss an event that you qualify for. And so why I love our events and our things that we do with Optavia is because, one, it is a business building event. And it is a time where we go and we do very, very minimum training. But we do go, it is a business trip, so it's in a business expense. But we also like to vacation, have a good time. One of the things that I was talking to Flora about is that in the 4.5 years I've been coaching, I've done more traveling with Optavia, more trips than I've traveled more in my whole adult life. And why I love these trips is because I bring my wife. If you guys have family, you can bring your kids, your family, your grandkids. And this is a vacation, but it's also a business trip where you get to network, you get to talk to all those, the other globals and nationals and presidentials, and kind of rub elbows, talk to them, but you get to do it in a beautiful, all-inclusive resort, which is really cool. So I want to bring on Alfred Brown, because Alfred did qualify last year, and quite a few people qualified, but Al qualified and went. So Al, if you can come off mute and just kind of share with the group on how that trip helped you, how it benefited you, what it did for you and your mindset, your business, and then why people should make an effort or goal to qualify to go.
So dang, that's a lot, man. I could talk about Cabo all day, but it was really an experience that everyone needs to be a part of. Just being around like-minded people, picking their brain and just actually learning more. Like I thought once I became a coach that I already knew what being a coach is and what it's about, help people get healthy, eat the food, stuff like that, blah blah, help them out. But once you go on the this was my first trip ever, first of all, number one, to Mexico. And I'm thinking like a business trip, like we about to be there just working and and whatnot. But it was just crazy how this Optavia and being a coach impacts people's lives. And I really got to see how it impacts, health, you mentally, and also financially. And I was probably like the youngest one there. I was 26. And just being there was just very eye-opening. Like, wow, like I could really grow this thing. Anybody could grow this thing into what they want it to be if you put in the work and just go all in and just believe in yourself and trust the system that it will work. And James was my roommate, and every time after a little meeting, got back to the room, I was telling them, like, man, this is crazy. Like this is what you guys do. This is like what the church is like. I'm telling them what I learned, and man, this and that. Like, I could not stop just like talking about it. Once I got back, I was telling my mom about it. I was talking her ear off the whole car ride home from LAX to my house in Upland, like the whole way, just telling her what I learned, like financially, just my dreams and goals. It's just, man, it was just amazing. Like I felt like I needed to be like in James Bond's house or something. Like I felt really big time being with everyone there, and it just made it so cool, wearing, I think I asked James, I'm like, James, is this attire like cool to come to the little meeting? He's like, yeah, man, you can wear whatever you want. I'm like, oh, bet, like just dress comfortable, just come. Like everybody's just, man, just normal and just loving. But qualifying to go to Cabo, everyone should go, because you'll learn and take away something new every time. Even when I went to Atlanta, take away something every time. Network, talk, and just grow. It will help you for sure as a person. So yeah, I don't know if I hit all your points, James. I know I was kind of all over the place, but it's just a fun, cool experience, and can't wait to go again and hopefully see everyone on this call there. So yeah.
Yeah, very nice. No, Al, you hit them all. You hit them all, even and some. So thanks, man. And I had a great time with you. That was we had a lot of fun. I think it's just what events do for me is just kind of expands your mindset to really see what's possible. And I remember one of the things I heard at an event was when you think about building your business and building your team, and someone says, well, who do I look for in coaches? Look for the people that you want to vacation with. Look for the people that you would want to go on trips with and vacation with. And those are the people that you want to approach and share this coaching opportunity with and bring on your team. Because I had a lot of fun with Al, and then, I've been coaching, so I know a lot of the coaches, but how much funner would this trip to Cancun be if it was, Jackie was there, and Don, and Ricky, and Carol, and Jenna, and Donna, and Shirley, and Sylvia, and Nelly, and Al, and who we got? Tamara, Lanita, Kyle, and Annette, everybody. And then you bring your spouses, bring your significant others, bring your kids, because it's not just a business trip, it's a vacation. So I told Floor, we have quite a few vacations already planned out for the year. We have Cancun, we have Atlanta coming up in July, Orlando for the Fibic and above trip, and then our little vacations in between that. So it's really, really cool. So Shadon, were you raising your hand? Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah. To bring what James and I was talking about with the Cabo trip, but at the same time, we have our group here, even though we have our own individual coach that helped brought us on, but this is our group. We help each other all the way. It's not like just because James is my coach, I can't reach out to Carol. We have to have that in our mindset for us to grow. you can talk to anybody, and that's what our group is on Facebook for is too as well. If you need help with something or if you need a celebration call, use us, eat all of us. That's how we're going to grow and that's how we're going to learn at the same time. So just keep that in mind going forward. And far as what Jen was saying, qualifying 1 month, no, that's not what our group is about. Next year, we're not just qualifying 1 month. We're going to get consistently ED going forward next year. We're going to qualify for the trip, but we're going to be consistently to ED, and then we're going to get to FIBIC, and then we're going to keep moving up. So our group, we have a standard. Going into next year, we're all going to push for ED if we're not there already. And if we are there, pushing it to the next level. So our standard for everyone, if you don't know, now you know, I'm telling you. I'm going to need a show of hands after this. Next year, going forward, we're all pushing for ED and being consecutive every month being at ED or above. Can everybody agree with that? Let me see your hand. Yeah, yeah. All right. That's what I like to see. And again, this is what's going to help you. It's going to help us. And like James said, the trip will be so much better if we all there. All of us, just like how we're all on Zoom, but in person learning and picking each other's brains and everybody else's brains and vacationing and working at the same time. So keep that in mind. This is a job, but it's a fun job. This is not a burden job. So, you know, when you think of burden, it's something that you don't want to do and it's not joyful. This is a joyful and we're helping people all the way around, and we're going to help you guys to get to your goals that you want to do at the same time. So that's all I wanted to say. We got goals. All right, James.
I love it. Thanks, Shadon. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for throwing all that in. Really do. Really, really good. Very nice. Okay, Ricky, let's hear from you. And then I want to show you guys how to reach executive director, because of course, as Shadon mentioned, to qualify for the trip, you have to become an executive director. So I want to show you guys exactly what you need to reach ED. You guys, would that be helpful if I showed you guys what you need to become executive director? Yeah. Okay, cool. Go ahead, Ricky. Let's hear from you.
Okay, this is real quick. I just wanted to recognize Jackie Young, because she's one of our new coaches, and she has her first 2 clients already in the bag.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Excuse me. I am so sorry. So whenever we have a brand new coach, they have to come on and share and talk. Yeah. And you know what? So Jackie, you've been here for so long. I just already associated you as a coach. You know, I just already assumed you were a coach. I knew it was just a matter of time. But Jackie, we would love to hear from you. Please take the stage and share with us a little bit about your journey. What made you decide to pull the trigger and become a coach? And you already have 2 clients. Tell us a little bit about that, and how's that going working with these clients and who you're helping. Go ahead.
Well, initially I was like, I can't be a coach. Yeah, because I'm not a people person that much. I don't talk that much, to people that I don't know. So it was like, I don't know. So that's why I sat in on all of the coaching, parts that you had. I would sit in and listen, trying to figure out, can I do this? Can I not? So, and then Ricky was encouraging me to do it. And I was like, I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. Didn't have confidence in myself. And she was like, you can do it. I was like, okay. But I just kept watching and listening and, and stay in my journey, and I didn't want to gain the weight back. And I figured, well, if I do become a coach, then I won't gain the weight back because I'm going to be helping someone else. So I decided to do so. And in my post, the things that I post, people were responding to it. And I would tell them to call me, or I would text them, and they would we would get in touch with one another. And my friend told me, I sent my picture, the before and after picture is what really did it. It was like, they saw it and they was like, oh, what did you do? I want it, I want it, I want it. I was like, okay. I said, okay, so we start talking. I explained, what I was doing and everything. And so she was like, yeah, I want it. And so she was like, well, I'm not going to tell anybody about it until I see what it's going to do for me. That's what she said. So, but then she couldn't keep it to herself. The minute her friend came over, she started talking about it. And it was like, she was like, okay, I want to talk to Jackie. So we set it up for yesterday, and she, after we went through the health assessment thing, she was like, yeah, sign me up. So she signed up, and I talked to someone else that I hadn't talked to in a long time. I messaged her last night. I saw that she was online, so I messaged her because she had said, beautiful picture, whatever. So, and then I told her I was working at trying to get rid of the COVID weight. And she was like, me too, I need to get rid. She was like, I'm maintaining by what I'm doing, I'm maintaining anything. I said, well, you give me a call and we'll talk about it, and I'll try and help you out, and stuff. So I'm waiting for her to give me a call because she works every day. And so I'm waiting on her, and hopefully she will, so, but yeah, it's scary for me. It really is truly scary for me, but with Ricky helping me and we doing this thing together, it's getting a little bit better each day. So just hope for me and pray for me.
I love that. Well, Jackie, welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. What's amazing about our system is you did the program and you had amazing results because you just followed the system. Coaching is no different. Stay close, work with your coach and integrate yourself, follow the system. There's so many education and training. And you follow the system, you can be afraid and scared, but if you do it afraid and do it scared, you'll help a lot of people with this. So welcome to the team, welcome to the family. We need you, and we need more people like you, to fulfill our mission to help a lot of people or help the world get healthy. So welcome, congratulations. Okay, go ahead, Shirley.
We have another coach that I never did get a chance to introduce her. I guess I was just waiting on the right time. Ann Menendez has been a coach about almost a month. And she's been working really hard and have had some of the same experiences that Jackie has had. She doesn't have she gets up at 2:00 in the morning. So she gets on, but she's a coach and is working real hard at it.
Very nice. Hi, Ann. If you can, we would love to hear from you. If you can come off mute. There she goes. Oh, I see your name there.
Hello.
Hi, Ann.
Hi. I'm fine. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. Would love to hear from you a little bit about, I don't know if we haven't really got to meet. I know Shirley's your coach, but if we can hear a little bit about you, your story, your journey, and what made you decide to become a coach?
My journey. I started Ricky, Carol, Shirley. What did it for me was Carol's before and after picture she showed me when I was hesitant in July, I think. And me and Shirley was going on vacation. I'm not going to make it short because I get tired. And she looked so good. I didn't recognize Carol. And whatever you're doing, I want to do it. And I didn't want to be the little old lady on vacation that everybody had to wait for. So I wanted to lose a little weight. Did that, and when I went to my doctor within 2 weeks after I started the program, he was jumping up and down like me and him was best friends. He took me off my blood pressure medicine. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. My fluid pills, my feet don't swell, which I posted that. I don't have elephant feet no more. And people have been noticing I've lost 33 pounds. I'm making it short since August. And to be a coach, I wanted, I think it's Jamal.
Jamil.
No, not Jamil. Shirley.
You muted yourself. And
Okay, what part? I'm still muted.
no, you're good.
When Shadon told me that I can make some money, supplement my income because I want to retire in July next year. That did it. So I'm happy. Thank you, Shadon. Thank you, Shirley, Ricky, and Carol.
Yes, very nice. Thank you, Ann. Good to meet you, and thank you for sharing that. Yeah, you know what, to be honest, Ann, that's what did it for me. When I saw, I mean, we're all here for different reasons, and you know, there's healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And when I saw, when my coach Jamil showed me that income disclosure and you know what I can make by helping people get healthy, I was like, yeah, okay. And I told him, I said, train me, teach me, and show me how to do what you're doing. Yeah, so I love that. Thanks, Ann, for sharing that, and welcome to the family. I know you've been here for a little bit longer, but welcome and thank you for sharing. Very nice. Love that. Yeah, welcome. Okay, cool. So let's see. We are up at the hour. So I won't next week I'll go into the slides I had prepared on to show you guys exactly what it takes to become executive director. I do want to show you guys just one thing. One slide I think is very, very important that I want to share. This is something that on our leadership call we were discussing and talking about. And it's just a little exercise for you guys to do on your own. And then a really good idea is to do this. And here, let me show you guys real quick. It's just one slide I just want to go over, and something you guys can work over the next couple days. Hopefully I don't have no issue sharing my screen. Nope. Okay, cool. Okay, so this one thing I wanted to share and show you guys. Let's see, slideshow. It's gonna work. Yeah, very nice. Okay, who can I see? I can see.
Yes,
Shirley, you're the only one I can see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, okay, so this is something, understanding the client to coach ratios. Very, very important. They talked about this on the Monday night call, and we talk about this all the time. But I want you guys to really, really think about this and see where are you at in your business. So there's always ratios, and this will tie in with next week where we'll talk about on exactly what you need to do to become executive director. So we know that there's always ratios. For every 4 to 5 clients that you have, there should be at least one coach in there. As you start coaching longer, your ratios might get a little bit better, but typically for every 4 to 5 clients, there's a coach in there. And for brand new coaches, you haven't yet developed the skill set to identify those coaches, or maybe even approach those coaches, or to help get them started going as a coach. So we have a lot of tools that we use, like the number one tool is a celebration call, which is why, oh my goodness, celebration calls are so important, because this is how your coach and your mentor helps you to identify which one of these clients is a coach. So for every 4 to 5 clients, we know there should be one coach in there. If you're supporting 5 to 9 clients, we should have at least 2 coaches on your team. If you're supporting 10 to 15 clients, we know it's about 3 coaches, 16 to 21, 4, 22 to 27, 5, 28 plus clients, there's 6 coaches in there. So the kind of quick exercise, I want you guys to look at this. If you need to take a screenshot, do it, or just write it down, or just kind of keep in your mind for every 4 to 5, there's a coach. I want you guys to really look at, calculate how many clients that you currently have and that you're working with, and then do the numbers and do the ratios on how many coaches that you have. So if, for example, if you're supporting, let's say 10 to 15 clients, 5 to 9 clients, and you don't have two, and we should have at least there. Let me just say there's at least 2 coaches in there for sure. For sure, I know it. If you're supporting 10 to 15 clients, for sure, I know out of those 10 to 15 clients, 3 of them are a coach. Again, we just haven't developed the skill set to transition them from client to coach. So what I want you guys to do is write down how many clients that you guys are working with, that you currently have, and how many coaches that you have. Do this little exercise for yourself and text it to your coach or to your support team. And then what my job is as a business coach, a mentor coach, or your coach job is to help you to identify and to help you find your first few coaches. Okay. So again, write down how many clients you have and how many coaches you have, or how many coaches you're supposed to have. And then text that to your coach or text that to your support team. And then what we're going to do is we're going to design and develop a game plan to figure out of these 10 to 15 clients, where those 3 coaches are. 16 to 21 clients, for sure, there's 4 coaches in there. 22 to 7, there's 5. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on that? It's very basic, very, very basic, very simple. But first step is to calculate how many clients you have, how many coaches you have. Send that off to your coach, send that to your support team, and then we'll kind of design a game plan on how we can move these people from client to coach. Cool. All right, cool. So we'll wrap up there. And then I know there's a few hands that were left up. If you guys have any questions for me or for your coaches, make sure you connect and reach out to them. Thank you guys all for being here. This is last month of the year. Let's finish this month out strong. Finish it out strong. Next week, we'll go into detail, into depth, and I'll show you guys exactly the point system on how to reach executive director and how to qualify for this Cancun trip. All right, but make it a goal. Make that a goal to be there. That's the first step, is make a decision that you're going to go. Once you make the decision you're going to go and you're going to reach executive director, your coach job is to show you step by step on how to do it, how to make it happen. Cool. All right, you guys have a good night. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you guys for being on. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.